You ever keep a story locked away in your head for years? Not because you're afraid people won't believe you, but because you're afraid they will. That's what this is for me. It's been 3 years now. And even after all this time, I still hear it sometimes. When I'm alone in the car at night, no other headlights behind me, no music on, just the hum of the tires. That's when I hear it. Tap, tap, tap. It's not constant, not loud, but the second it starts, every hair on my arm stands up, because I know what comes next. That night on Blackwell Road changed me. I don't take shortcuts anymore. I don't drive through unlit roads unless I absolutely have to. And when I do, the windows stay shut. Always. Before I tell you what happened, I need you to understand something about Blackwell Road itself. I grew up about 20 minutes from the city, in a neighborhood where everybody knew each other. And for as long as I can remember, Blackwell Road was, well, it was that road. It didn't have a highway number. On most maps, it was just a thin gray line running through a patch of forest. But if you lived in the area, you knew it. It was narrow, one lane each way, no streetlights, no houses for miles, just thick, overgrown woods pressing in from both sides. In summer, it was gloomy. In winter, it was worse. The stories varied, but they all had one thing in common. Don't drive it at night. Some said there'd been a bus crash there in the 1960s, a school bus full of kids that went off the road in the fog. Supposedly, if you stop your car on the curve where it happened, you'd hear little knuckles tapping on the glass, like the children wanted in. Others swore they'd seen a woman in white standing at the side of the road, waving for help. And if you stopped, well, you didn't drive away again. And then there was the tapping legend. That was the one I always heard the most. The way people told it, sometimes when you drove through Blackwell Road late at night, something would follow your car. You wouldn't see it at first, just hear the tapping. But the second you looked, it would see you. And once it saw you, it would follow you forever. Sounds stupid, right? Just the kind of spooky story you tell teenagers to keep them from speeding down a dangerous road. That's what I thought. For 38 years, I thought it was nothing but campfire nonsense. Until that night. It was early December, about 3 years ago. I'd spent the evening at my cousin's house in a little village outside the city. We'd had a big family dinner, roast chicken, mashed potatoes, the works. Lots of laughs, a few too many glasses of wine. I stayed until almost midnight. The quickest way home was the highway. But the highway looped around the whole east side of the city, adding nearly 40 minutes to the trip. Blackwell Road cut right through, saving me all that time. I remember standing outside in the cold, warming my hands on the roof of my car, looking down the road and thinking, come on, it's just a road. So I got in, started the engine, and took the turn toward Blackwell. The moment you turn onto Blackwell, it's like stepping into a tunnel. The trees crowd overhead so thick that even the moonlight disappears. The only light comes from your own headlights, and even that feels swallowed up by the dark. It was foggy that night, not drifting soft fog, but heavy, low fog that clung to the ground like smoke. My headlights cut maybe 15 feet ahead before the mist blurred it all into gray nothingness. The heater in my car had been acting up for weeks, so I cracked my window just enough to let in some air. The cold stung my face, but it kept me awake. For the first few minutes, it was quiet. Too quiet. Normally, you can hear crickets or at least the wind through the trees. But that night, nothing. I remember thinking about those old stories and smirking to myself. See? No ghost, no kids, no lady in white. Just bad road maintenance. And then I heard it. Tap, tap, tap. It was faint, like the sound of a fingernail against glass. I frowned, glancing toward the passenger side window. The road was tight, but there were no overhanging branches close enough to scrape the car. Another few seconds passed. Tap, tap, tap. Slower this time, more deliberate, like someone knocking politely. I gripped the wheel tighter. The rational part of my brain said it was probably something loose on the car. A rock in the tire tread, maybe. But there was another part of me, the part that had grown up hearing the Blackwell stories, that whispered, "Don't look. Whatever you do, don't look." And of course, I looked.